Hope you had a nice break. Our next presenters will actually be joining us as a hybrid, both in person and online. So our next session is called Cultivating Tomorrow. First, I'd like to introduce Collins, who will be joining us online. He is the Market Development Manager in Africa. He started as a Market Development Representative, focusing on the Central African market and working closely with growers and distributors, ensuring their access to our solutions. Now, as the Market Development Manager, his main area of focus is knowledge transfer and demand generation, value proposition, as well as enabling digital tools for data and customer feedback. Colin encourages those in Africa to visit the Center of Excellence to help reach growers at their farms within their areas of operation. Also, we have Anita, who will be joining us in a moment in person, and she is a market development representative for Central Europe and the Balkans, but also holds experience in different countries and regions in Central Europe, all the way to Asia. Anita comes from the Legacy de Ruyter Seeds organization and has always had field product and customer-related roles in different crops. In her current role, she promotes cucurbit products with growers and distributors, as well as captures their valuable feedback in order to support commercial operations. She leverages her technical insight to provide tailored solutions to growers, maximize the value of varieties, and to meet customers' needs. Welcome both.
I lost audio for Jackie.
Collins, we hear you now. You can start.
Is it good? Can I start?
Yes, please. Yes.
If you may customize slides, please. Good. This is Collins Juma. I'm going to talk about the Centers of Excellence here in Kenya and the impact they have created. If you may go to the next slide, please. So here we are looking at what impact have they created, and I will look at it both internally, externally, and on the farm and away from the farm. So we have seen internally a very good relationship of knowledge that has seeped through the two departments, crop protection and vegetable seeds. And at the same time, we have seen a lot of synergies when we are going to organize events out there to the field. On the farm in the Centers of Excellence, we have seen a lot of farmers streaming in. We have seen a lot of university students coming in to want to learn the knowledge around the smallholder market, tomato to be specific, and most of our crops also in crop protection. And as you can see in the slide, internally also, we have a lot of activities that we are doing together and creating this demand that is enabling our growers that are able to visit the Centers of Excellence and create a lot of understanding, engagement, knowledge transfer, exchange programs. And at the end, we have also seen a very good benefit in terms of sales and interactions. If you may go to the next slide where I can explain this in depth, please. So when the Centers of Excellence started last year, we had 427 farmer walk-ins. We had 1,668 growers, and this is out of the 4 Centers of Excellence that were placed in the country. But now when we move now to 2023, the total has increased to 2,500 growers with the information going out in the fields when we invite farmers to come. We have seen these numbers growing. We have seen a very large increase in the growers from 400 to 700 phone calls that are going to the agronomists that are based in this station, moving from 350 to over 1,000 that are being able to manage. And we are directing them to the right, where we have either agro dealer, we are directing the right partners. And we also have seen a lot of close linkage and partners with our distributors, our partners who are distributors, the channel, that's the market itself, the dealers, and the stockists near these farms, where we can refer these growers to go and get the seed if they're looking for the seed. And if it's about chemicals, we are referring them to our colleagues into the crop protection. And this has really helped us create a lot of interaction and pass this information and knowledge that we have internally to the growers. Next slide, please. So if you look at the centers of excellence, the concept, if you look at the centers of excellence, the concept that we have is to, just a minute, the model farm. If I'm looking at the CoE, the model farm concept is to create more farms out there in the farms, in the farmers' field, where we can they can learn what we are doing and be able to be closer to the farm. So we have also the model farm concept, more farmers, like 4 of them within each region, and they are adopting this strategy of using less water, of using less chemicals, of using hybrid seeds, and then they can be able to see the fruit instead of just doing it at the CoE. So we also have taken this to the farms where we have model farms, and in these model farms, we are not investing in it. We are just encouraging farmers that can you adopt and learn and compare with what you traditionally do and see the differences. And this is coming out of the knowledge that is getting from the farm, the centers of excellence. Then we have the smallholder one, the smallholder farmer reach, where we are inviting a lot of farmers. We are making a lot of calls. And for now, the number is trickling above 6,000 smallholder growers who are really coming through either through field days, through making contacts and having an interaction. And this is really helping them change the way they are farming to optimize. Our message that we are passing to them is farm more for less. And then the digital and media platforms. Here, we are using the centers of excellence to write scripts, to shoot videos, and then load them to our Facebook channels, we load them to our YouTube channels, and the website that was recently launched for West Africa and East Africa, where this message is now broadcasted across Kenya and outside Kenya, the entire Africa, where farmers can learn some 2 or 3 things that we are doing at the CoE, not just targeting the local market, but then outside the country. And then stewardship. The safe use and handling of chemicals has been a big debate around the smallholders, and with the imagination that there's a lot of also knowledge gap in how they use the chemicals. So we have also onboarded our stewardship partners within the company who are helping us to pass this information, and we're working with them hand in hand how to use chemicals, how to be patient when you spray. You can wait for 2 weeks at least, and then you come spray again instead of spraying every now and then. Where do you dispose these used chemical bottles? So we are working with them on sustainability as part of the sustainability goal for the company, and they are really onboarding us, and we're also learning a lot as we go to the growers on the safe use and handling of chemicals, even as they do their daily business on their farms. And then on the progress on sales, as I had said earlier, we've seen a sharp curve within these areas where we have these centers of excellence, with the coming in of growers to learn. Our agronomists who are based at the station are able to advise our farmers on the varieties we're using, on the crop protection molecules we're using, and how do you then optimize the production with the varieties we use. And this comes with this kind of knowledge. The farmers are able to make a very informed decision to appreciate our genetics and make the purchase. Next slide, please. So on the next slide, then I will just want to go through the CoE in a pictorial overview, just to see what we are doing and farmers coming. So the first one, as you can see, these are growers coming in the site, and this is a field day that was happening in one of the sites in during a field day. And you see, this is our colleagues in crop protection. Remember, our crop protection colleagues are also operating up to corn. So this is a seed. You see a grower has won an award after, it was, what I will say, it was like a Q&A session, and a grower will be asked the seed, what have you learned? And if he gets the question, he gets an award. And this is one of it. Just next slide, please. So the next slide, we are talking about now in the farm. And you see from the slide, you can see our colleagues in the CP, our agronomist in one of the sites, our sales representative, and a gentleman from testing, all together meeting here to share the knowledge of crop husbandry, the agronomy, and then down there you can see the crop protection colleagues sitting with this vegetable seeds, here showcasing the products we have. The farmers are coming to ask, how do you use this? How do you use this? And then on the top right, this is a big field day that attracted over 600 growers just to come and learn about farming. And this was a wet weather. They were having challenges. How do we go through the wet weather with the genetics that you guys have? And this was a great one. And then we had a professional session, professional growers in smallholders. They usually are the bean growers. We had an interaction with them. Next slide in the pictorial view, please. Yeah, on this one now, it's a pictorial view of what was happening. And here we had several crops. We had the onion crop, the cabbage crop, the tomatoes. And I just want to show that internally, we are also having teams from the leadership visiting. They are coming here just to learn what is going on. We can see their team, I think, Caro from the Netherlands. We can see the leadership team on the top left. We can still see there we are going to the customer with a tailored solution. We're selling the seed and the chemicals, and we're advising them on how to use. And this is all like 80% of the bare, the bottom right, it's just showcasing the product that comes out of the use of like 80% of the bare products. Next slide, please. Yeah, the same as I had talked about here. Now, here we are using the centers of excellence also to test our launch excellences, where we have products that we want to bring to the market. Before even we set them out in the field, we are also setting them out in the centers of excellence. And here we were having the watermelon yash, which we have been, which we are launching this year in Kenya. And here it was like a testing session just to give us feedback. And we invited growers to come and give us feedback. What do you think about this product? And the biggest issue was about the seed, the test. So they give us feedbacks, which we appreciate, and we take it positively. And when we are even formulating the MNS internally here as a team, we know exactly what we are going with. What is the chance of success? And do the products answer to their needs? So this is just an appreciation session that was happening during the launch event of our products. And the top right, we are launching a product, SVTE 8444. So we were also calling farmers to come and give us feedbacks. Next slide, please. On the next slide, I think that will be the end. And I just wanted to use the pictorial overview to show the effect and the impact it has created. And just to encourage our partners here whom we are sitting with, especially around Africa, if you come in Kenya, please have a chance and visit the centers of excellence and we can share more information. Thank you very much.
We are at one of the centers of excellence that is based in Mwea in Kenya. And one of the things or the deliverables that is we would want to bring to the farmers from this site is one center that they can get the full solution for their crops. So we have different offerings at Bayer, including the seeds and the crop protection products. But in this one site, we offer it or we bring it to the farmer as one solution.
So we realized that in the company, we have a lot of solutions that we can provide to the grower in form of seed hybrid and crop protection. But there is a gap that exists out there that farmers lack this knowledge, lack how to use these solutions. Externally, we are looking for the grower who is, we're packaging it as a whole solution. So we're giving him the solution and we want to invite them to come to the centers of excellence where they can learn on what hybrid to plant where and when, and what molecules to use and the safe use of molecules, so that we can then understand and optimize the production of the grower and also create that synergy. So growers especially for the smallholder grower, he has a lot of gaps in terms of knowledge. He's looking for, where do I access this knowledge? We brought these centers away from the offices to the farms where the farmers are practically growing.
It was a big lesson to majority of us. We have learned a lot. We have learned about farm management, especially on water management, whereby we were taught more about the usage of the drip system. Secondly, we also taught about the selection of the best seed for the best season and for the best time. We are also advised more on the correct usage of the chemicals, especially on timing of the various pesticides that you are used, so that you can farm economically to earn more to the farming as a farmer.
I'm Millicent Wambeti Gashoki. I work for Flamingo Horticulture. Today when I was called, it was a blessing for me because when I came, I've been taught about how to nurture the crop from the beginning to the harvesting, and today they were harvesting a very bumper crop. Therefore, I've been made to understand today that without doing soil analysis, then you are bound to go wrong.
We are here to talk about agricultural sustainability in a way that really embraces the environment, ensuring that we are able to look at the environment as a key pillar in terms of agricultural production. So by definition and by description is a way of farming that utilizes biodiversity, that ensures that we have more of the natural environment utilization, and ensuring that we are conserving the environment, but also ensuring that we are looking at the soil health and water efficiency practices.
Cultivating tomorrow. To know what kind of culture we want to deal with tomorrow, we need to know the current situation. In protected greenhouse segment in Central Eastern Europe, managed by 20 countries, driven by 3 major crops, tomato at the first place, followed by cucumber and pepper. In this region, the market value is 60 million euro. This is the opportunity for growth. The type of greenhouses is a little bit different in a region, but the major part covered by plastic, slightly heated or unheated surface. The growers, during the season and during the planning period, facing many challenges. Soil-borne disease, monoculture issue, cold soil in spring, hot during the summer. They are cultivating more than 10, 20, 40 years in the same soil. We can say it's time to change. Knowing this, and also knowing, especially in an early spring crop, that the price beginning and the end of the season shows extremely big difference. Time to change, but the growers mainly step back when they hear this word change. How much does it cost? How much the change cost for me? But have they ever asked themselves how much they lose during the season? Especially in spring, because it can be shown nicely how many they can lose. Please see a showcase from Romania. The grower sells his product on a direct market. And what's happened if the grower loses one single pickling cucumber? If the grower has 570 plants per tunnel and the price is €1, lose 63 euro on one single cucumber. But in cucumber crop, most of the time, the people lose more. And what's happening in tomato? If the average fruit weight is 250 grams, and the grower has 1,100 plants per eternal, and the price is €1.5 on one single tomato, the grower uses €450 on one single flower, on one single not setted flower. It's time to transform challenges into opportunities. The growers make 50 big decisions every season. They want to grow the best variety, they want to optimize yield, minimize pests, disease, weeds. They have to balance with social, economical, and environmental challenges. What buyer can offer? Combination of product, services, and technologies. Create customized solutions with unique value for our customers. Seeds and trades, of course, at the first place, offered by buyer. Innovation in variety launches with sustainable factor. Look at some examples. Optimize marketable yield, one of the key successful factors in greenhouse production. Variety Mazinger, SVTH3053 in tomato. In pepper, Kubat gives the highest marketable yield for our customer. Environmental impact and farmer incomes. Ferreira has Tobrev resistant SVCV1253 pickling cucumber variety has CVYV, CYSDV, and CMV resistant. Pepper variety Barrier has tomato spot resistant. Improved shelf life, one of the key factors for long transportation and for supermarket chain. Long Dutch cucumber Estelar has a unique trait in this. Cycle reduction, earliness, as I showed in a previous slide. Earliness in the right stage in a crop life cycle. SVCV3848, the new PCM3 pickling cucumber, has a strength in this factor. Develop integrated solutions because our growers, they have challenges, problems, different level. Combination of challenges also differ from producer to producer. Customized solution at producer farm level is key for success. Solutions sometimes really simple, easy, one step. Change from tray to pot during the young plant raising, especially in the countries where the growers, they produce young plants themselves. They change and what they can win, especially in early cycle, February, March, the growers sometimes facing challenges due to cold and bad weather. They have to postpone planting. And with the bigger plot, they are able to still grow in good, more optimal young plants. Possible to make more developed, but not old, healthy young plants. Additional benefit, the seedling will develop better, and thanks to health root system, start more easily, quickly after planting. Switch from grafted to non-grafted. Of course, it's common practice in tomato, in longer crop, and in countries where producers are visible. But what about cucumber? With tongue approach grafting, even small producer without any background, special machinery or services can succeed. In cucumber, larger amount of root mass against soil-borne disease, high salinity soil, cold soil, visible and measurable even in shorter crop. Water cleaning system, equipment to filter out harmful salts. Advantage, avoid water quality issue, high nitrium or EC. Supply what is needed. Use fertilizer on effective way. Create saving. Limitation, because of course we have the cost. In case of 3,000, 5,000 size case, the cost is approximately 3,500 euro. But please look at this cost and investment in light of possible losses. Please remember, to lose one single fruit in tomato cost 450 euro lost for a grower who had just 1,100 plants in his tunnel. Continue our journey, because the solution could be different, targeting producers who are able to learn and acquire new knowledge with appropriate support. Briefly summarizing an element of the project from Romania, what took 4 seasons, cooperating with local partners and other input companies. What was the experimental setup? Same size of tunnel in soil and soilless culture, same sowing and planting date. In tomato, we use variety wrestler. Same setup in pickling cucumber, same size of tunnel in soil and soilless culture, same sowing planting date. We use cocoa peat for substrate. Experimental result in spring. All of the listed benefits were found in soilless culture. Conventional young plant in tray versus cocoa block. Please look at the photo on the top. What is the difference between seedling from tray and from cocoa block? More developed healthy seedling in cocoa block. More secure and faster start after planting. Control crop management, quantity and frequency of released irrigation water. Crop health, crop growth under foot load. Higher early yield. But what does it mean in numbers? Please look at the yield. Soilless culture gives plus 24% higher yield compared with soilless culture. And focus again on earliness. In early yield, till 10th of June, the grower harvested 1,000 kilograms in soil and 2,500 in soilless culture. Move to income. You can see the difference is even higher, plus 55% total income in soilless culture compared with soil. What does it mean in money-wise? More than 2,700 euro plus. Same way of calculation in cucumber. The total yield was 58% higher in soilless culture. And back to earliness again, till 1st of June, soilless culture produced double compared with soil. And in income part, the difference is even higher, thanks to one single reason. The early price is much higher. Till 1st of June, the grower was able to get 900 euro more in soilless culture. The total income plus was more than 1,100 euro additional. What is the conclusion? All of us, we can learn these solution proposals, build competence from this, drive innovation, support decisions with deliver data, find the best solution on farm level. Before we look at a short compilation from the last 4 years, I would like to share a word for a Romanian young man, for a Romanian grower who can see on a picture. Not literally, but it was the following. I'm a young, decided to stay in my country and not relocate to west part of Europe, be in family business. This project create possibility to change. My family possibilities change. I see the future through changes. Please look at the small compilation from our last 4 seasons.
Well, thank you both for being with us today. Really appreciate, Collins, you calling in and reviewing the Center of Excellences. Really amazing things that we're doing there, delivering to, on, and beyond the farm, and really helping growers with that knowledge transfer and how to better understand to be more productive. And Anita, really great examples there. I love the components that you incorporated and how you talked about change, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, and how sustainability can really help the bottom line in a positive way. So thank you both again.